nakuze biganza birangwa mu mutima nza kuririmba biganza birangwa mu bupfura iyo ugarutse ukareba uko nakuze biganza birangwa mu mutima nza kuririmba uri iriba ryamaze inyota itazakama ukaba igicu kinkingira izuba kitazahita uri umurya w'inanga numvisha umutima ntabasha gucuranga.
Yeah, I remember your father. I actually remember him very well. I don't think he saw me. He didn't know I was watching. No, he didn't. Actually, if he did, he might have pretended it. He couldn't. I don't know. I had never even heard him shout. Not even raising his voice. What did he used to call me again? No, I don't remember. Do you remember? I don't remember much about those days. I don't. Actually. But I remember that. I remember hiding and watching him. I remember that. The man, he used to be big, very tall and strong. Do you remember how he used to just throw us in the air and then catch us when we were very little? I don't know. And then that day when I hid and watched him as he met my father, and you know what? I think he saw me. He must have. Or it's just me imagining it. I don't understand. It was so much, the world was collapsing and we were just kids. And I don't know. I think I lived my whole life trying to understand what I saw that day. And see, we were neighbors by then, we're neighbors now. We used to eat together, we eat together now. But that in-between part, that in-between part, you see, I do my best not to think about him often, because whenever I think about your father, I remember my father. My father used to be an upstanding man. I used to be so proud of him, and he was my hero.
Yeah, I remember your father. I remember him very well. He did not see me. He did not know I was watching, I think. Or if he did, maybe he pretended he did not see me. I don't know. I had never heard him shout, not even once. I had never heard him raise his tone of voice. There's this thing he used to call me, I think it's I don't remember. I don't remember much of those days, but I remember I remember hiding and watching. I remember that. He used to be so big and so tall. Your father was really strong. Yeah. I remember how he used to throw us up in the air and grab us and and then one day, when I was hiding, I watched him. That day when he met my father. I don't think he saw me. Or maybe I'm just imagining things. The world was falling apart, collapsing. We were just kids. Sometimes I think I have lived my entire life just to try to put things together and understand this moment. But I don't know. See, we were neighbors before. We are neighbors now. We used to eat together then. We eat together now. But then there is that in-between part. That in-between part. Actually, I try not even to think of him, because when I think of your father, I think of my father. And my father used to be an upstanding man. I used to be so proud of him, so proud. Somehow he used to be my hero.
I wake up, puddle of sweat. I have nightmares and I get back into bed. It's like these voices just keep playing on repeat in the back of my head, and I can't get them to leave me alone. 30 years old, but still hates being alone when I'm home, because that's when the voices get the loudest. Opening up like this is a moment far from my proudest, but these demons keep pressing me. I swear they're the foulest, but I've grown comfortable with their presence. My conscience is calloused. My dreams are their playground, my thoughts are their palace. I try to evict them, they return with more. Anxiety isn't an item you can return at the store. I was 10 the first time I had a panic attack. Like a punch to the stomach, there's no planning for that. And I didn't tell anyone because I was too scared about what they'd say. And I know deep down there was nothing they could do to take it away. It was my fight to fight and my battle to face. I remember that house I grew up in and how those demons would rattle that place. I'd lay awake at night just staring at the ceiling. I've spent my whole life trying to run from that feeling of being lonely, that feeling of being lost, that feeling of being sick when the lights turn off, that feeling of being depressed, that feeling of being anxious, that feeling of screaming to God, begging him to take this, only to get silence in return. I'd lay in that bed crying and I'd toss and I'd turn, and I turn and I toss to this day. The doctors gave me medication, the pastor said pray. I tried both and this anxiety still hasn't gone away. So forgive me if I fantasize about being gone today. I'm an actor who got really good at being on today, but when I turn off, I go right back into the shadows. I'm in the deep end now, but I started in the shallows, and I might just drown myself in these waves. Suburban hell, these homes are all graves. Everyone's coping with something but won't admit it. They're all too afraid, and these kids are glued to watching me. What do I say? If I'm honest with them, maybe they won't think highly of me. Everything they want me to be is what I'm dying to be, but everything I really am is what I'm not trying to be. I want them to know that they're not alone in their struggles. I wake up in tears and fall back asleep in those puddles, and I don't think I'll ever get out of this valley I'm in. Terrified that all along God has tallied my sins, and if he has, the number must be astronomical. My life is a joke and you keep reading just past the comic, because everything you think that I am